He was. Now we got it going. Can't forget that button. He was actually, fun fact, GQ's noob of the month. So noobing, whole lot of
Noob of
noobing
the
going
month,
on.
bro.
Noob
Damn.
of the month.
I was noob of the month last month, so matter.
I thought we were gonna go for 2-0, but guess not. Guess not.
All right, I'll run through this real quick. It's pretty simple though. I'll do the more advanced. So if you guys is newer, I guess just kind of like if you don't really understand it, just sit tight and it'll make more sense. Then I'll do like a very simplified version, bro. Like the simplified version is fire too. But this is something that I don't really have a title for it yet. I just kind of threw heist model because I don't know, it just sounded nice, I guess. But really the first thing that I look for every day. Like I'm usually just trading during New York sessions. So I used to be like, yo, I gotta be up for like the open every day. Now I'm always like, if I'm not up for the no open, I'm like not tripping, dude. Cause like
Mm,
I think before I always be like, I used to think like that was a move. There's
yeah,
no other
I get
move.
that.
But now I'm like, dude, like just gaining more experience throughout New York. There's like, dude, two, three, sometimes four moves, man. And I'll tell you exactly like kind of the prime times where you'll see that happen, and then the basically the algorithm, right? Like that
Mm,
the model that I like to see during that little like time frames, those time windows. So basically, the first step, right? If you guys want to screenshot this, go ahead. I also just drop this in the chat for y'all. Bro, if you feeling like those streamers and sounds, like
Bro, I ain't
also
gonna hold you. I just got this microphone. I was telling I literally feel like a professional like trader now.
is my mic on? Do I sound like I'm far? I don't even have my mic by me. I forgot.
Does my mic sound better
Let's see
than
real quick.
before? Because like
Microphone check, check, check. What microphone, man? No.
I don't know.
Oh no, we're good, whatever.
Hey,
But I'm gonna drop this in the Discord because it's too long for this Zoom chat. So
oh, I
I'll
didn't
drop
know.
it in the Discord later. Or if someone wants to screenshot it and drop it, it's cool too. But basically, step number one, right? Numero uno
Hmm.
is I want to see a rate of liquidity or a rebalance of a fair value gap, or basically also a mitigation. Can add that as well, or mitigation of a OB slash regular. Yeah, I can't spell
Nope.
noob.
No.
Noob. So that's really like the first thing I want to see. If I'm up around like the 9:30, the open 8:30 per central time, people. Bless you. So yeah, I want to see that around 9:30. I don't really trade it right at 9:30. I usually wait like about 10-15 minutes. So yeah, I want to see a move around then or a move during like the lunch PM sessions. And then I actually have the macros. So macros is basically like the time windows where you can see this kind of setup where you basically just see all it is a run of liquidity, usually a break of structure or a change of character, whatever you want to call it, and then a rebalance of a fair value gap or imbalance, or a mitigation of a order block or breaker block. So that's really like the play, man. You guys all probably know that play, but it's just the timing is so key. And that's what I've
Mm,
been like kind of mastering more and more every week. I'm just like, this is lit. And like this is why I only trade indices because indices they're very volatile and you can catch really nice moves, intraday moves, like really nice ones. And then sometimes you can catch the high or low of the day, or sometimes you can even catch the high or low of the week. And you just chilling. So right, that's kind of what I want to see is rate of liquidity, break of structure. I can even add that there. BOS,
boss.
boss, or choach. Uh,
MSS. Fuck. What do you want? What?
So the 9:30 open usually does two things, right? Seeks liquidity, raise liquidity, and then rebalances fair value gap, order block, all that good stuff. And then this will happen between 9:30 to 9:40 and right before the 9:50 macro. You can usually see that happen. So yeah, I wait like usually on 10 minutes to enter the market after the open and between 9:50. Usually when you kind of see that setup happen, and number two, I want to also see the fair value gap, breaker, OB, in the other direction of the open, usually the opposing liquidity. And then I want to see just good order flow. Like once you know hop down, don't be afraid of the small time frames, guys. Like this is all fractal. Like if you're more of like you trade on the hourly, 4 hour or 30-minute, 15-minute indices is more like you'll get the nice snipes on like 5-minute or below. So I'm usually chilling on those around like when it's prime time. You know, definitely like have a little bit of a more broader outlook and just kind of see what's going on in the higher time frames, and then just have those higher time frame like points of interest. But yeah, I'm usually just do like 1 minute, between 1 minute, 5 minutes, just looking for my those setups, right? So yeah, I want to see good order flow. Like I want to see OBs being respected and balances being respected. I want to see, you know, clean runs of liquidity. And then yeah, between that 950 to 1010 is usually when you see those plays happen. And yeah, that's basically it, guys. And then these are the macros. I don't trade the London ones because I'm usually asleep during that time. But if you do trade London, there you go. And
Hey,
then these are the ones that are in New York. So what I was saying like just a little bit ago is when there's like multiple moves that you can catch, dude, it's like these are usually like the prime times where you'll see like those massive moves. So like I almost like want to just set alerts around those times just to like, all right, let's see what's going on. Instead of just kind of staring at the charts.
hmm.
That's something I think I'm gonna start implementing actually. I just got out of that idea right now. But yeah, usually around that time I've just noticed like, damn, like that's when you see those big moves, like, oh, you know. And yeah, around those time windows, you see that the setups happen. So yeah, that's a little bit more advanced. Um, and then the more like just simplified version, shout out to my homie Johnny Caves actually.
Hey,
'Cause
the
he,
goat.
he created this basically like the simple version. I'm actually with it right now, but he's chilling over here.
Hey,
Um, but yeah, this is like super, super simple. Like if you don't understand this, then I don't know if trading doesn't work for you, man. I'm not playing. I'm joking, but basically what it is the breach of liquidity. So number one, identify the banker candle, which
Hmm.
is the breach, right? So your FU candle, the one that breaches liquidity, right? You see all that liquidity equal lows, retail stop losses. So the candle that runs that liquidity, you want to identify that. And then two, right? You want to identify a break of structure. So the breach is like you're breaching into the bank, right? Boom, right? You're going in, you're grabbing the money, the gems, whatever. And then two, you have a break of structure, right? So after you get that run of liquidity, you get a break of structure. And then number three, you want to, this is now where the entry comes in, right? It's for entries. Now that you identify that candle or even an imbalance right above the banker candle, you want to basically place your entry there. So if you're gonna play the FU candle, the banker candle, you want to either put your entry at the open of the candle or 50% of the candle, and then from there stop loss above, below the low if you're buying, and vice versa if you're selling. You know, entry at the open, entry at 50%, or anywhere in between there, or the imbalance right below it. Usually, if you have an imbalance right below or above, you know, your banker candle, that even just validates it more for me at least. And then yeah, stop above the high or that candle, and then yeah, once price gets there, execute that, shoot it, right? And that's the block, right? The block is hot, baby.
gotta empty
So
the
you
clip,
get those
baby.
5 stars GTA, man. These
Uh,
things that we started running, we dip with the bag, and then we out. Right. So that's basically it, guys. Super simple. And then targets, just target opposing liquidity. So if you have equal highs, target those, swing high, internal points of interest, whether it's like imbalances or order blocks or whatever. So yeah, man, that's basically it. So you have that. We're not gonna go over that. But let me know, guys, in the chat if did that make sense, guys? If it makes sense, it makes dollars. If that was clear, let me know. Drop a one in the chat. Get a 111 in the chat.
Jess, Jess, Jess. But
Hell yeah,
Kev,
let's go, man. Let's go.
but Kev, how if you don't see liquidity, how can you then spot it?
Then you are liquidity.
Oh,
You don't see liquidity, you are liquidity.
true story. I might get that tatted on me, but like it's gonna be like an
Sure
eyeball,
that.
closed eyeball. Feel me?
Right on, right on. I hope that helped you guys because it's really it, man. You don't really have to complicate this stuff.
Mhm.
Trading can be very simple.
It's the most simple,
Um,
complicated game, or the most complicated, simple game.
Facts,
Facts,
super facts.
facts, facts.
So we'll move this to the side. Boom.
Ooh, charts. Kev, how do you snipe?
So yeah, I want to kind of zoom out a bit and hide this for a sec.
Oh, wait, Kev, actually, question. Now that you're here, I've noticed
What's good,
that
bro?
you are using futures charts.
Yeah.
I know you are trading futures,
Oh
but at the
yeah.
same time, you're still trading indices. So, like, are you noticing less lag manipulation, whatever, or true market pattern on futures charts compared to like Nas 100 charts on from a Wanda?
Hmm. You say lag? Like,
Yeah, I don't know. Like, is there a difference really? Manipulation, gaps. I don't know. Fucking
yeah,
literally.
it's like the same thing. Like I have the other ones right here,
Mhm,
and I like just look at it as like correlation almost.
mhm,
But they're most of the time basically like identical. And I
mhm.
still look at these two because excuse me, I still trade on MT5. So I'll be looking at both anyway. So
Nice.
that's not too much of a difference though. Yeah, futures is lit, man. Futures is like if you're planning on transitioning to that as well, or just implementing that on top of just normal prop firms, it's a smooth ass transition, dude. Like it's not really different because with uh with the prop firm that I'm using, Top Step, you can use Tradeovate, the broker that one of the brokers they offer, and you can it's compatible with TradingView, so it's like super easy to use, man. You
Oh,
just load up your account, like you log into your account right here, and then yeah, you execute trades literally directly on TradingView. So like you
oh
can
wow.
execute orders, either buy here, create your order, and then yeah, you log into your broker. So it's this one, and then yeah, and then it's pretty simple. Like you can literally enter your risk percentage or risk by dollar, whatever you want to do. And yeah, it's like super simple. It's not much different. Because at first I thought it was gonna be like futures. What is that? Looks
Yeah.
sounding like complicated, but
Mhm.
no, it's pretty simple. But yeah, right now with indices. Let's delete all this stuff right
Are we
here.
bullish or what? Because the nigga is tired of trying to predict the top. I've been liquidity so much this entire month.
Bro, I'm
Hey.
not even trying to predict the top. I'm just like, I'm still buying, just whatever. Like, all right, so my thing with indices is like, I don't really try to trade like the more macro, longer term stuff. I
Mhm.
just kind of use it as like targets. But I'm more just intraday. Like, I'll just like, I'll make my daily bias in the morning during like either pre-New York or like during New York session. Then I can like kind of create my daily bias and be like, because the candle can only move so much, right?
Mhm.
So I don't know if you guys have ever studied I think it's called the power of three, something like that, some
I've heard of that
ICT
a
term,
lot. Mhm.
where it's basically a candle. Usually you'll see here, let me show you on a smaller time frame. I have I think on my sessions indicator that I use. On this indicator, I have you can also add the daily open.
Oh,
So right where the daily candle opens. And there's also even another, oh, trading views lit. Oh God, dude. Let's delete that.
Kapski.
I gotta get premium because I can only have like 10 indicators.
Nope. Should
But
have the
there's
pro.
an indicator you can also use. Dude, moon cycle is low-key very interesting if you haven't like studied that stuff.
I've heard that.
Power of three, yeah, this one. So click that, John. And then this will literally slap the daily candle right next to your chart. And then now you can kind of start studying and just observing how like a daily candle prints. So usually you have the daily open, right? Right when the candle opens. So a lot of the time a candle will create a wick on one end. So usually that wick is literally just a manipulation or like a run of liquidity. And then it'll create the body. And then usually they'll do another run of liquidity and then come lower and close. So like the wicks, a lot of time is just really just the runs of liquidity. Um, so like a candle can only, move so much in a day. So with that kind of in mind, you can now like, okay, cool. Like, where can we target? Like, where is the liquidity, right? I like question that I always constantly ask myself, like, where is the money, right? So a lot of the time, where what I like to use to help me identify where the money is, and why I love New York sessions because um I use the Asian range a lot. So usually Asian range is just basically designed to create liquidity and induce buyers and sellers. So like you can even see right now, right? This whole gray area is the Asian range. So I use this indicator as well. It just prints the Asian range right there. A little zone for it. I like it because it's not like box like this one. If I turn it on, it's like a fucking box. I don't know. It looks ugly. But this is like a little cleaner, in my opinion. But you can see, all right, Asian highs, right? Like Asians already it's creating liquidity. What is right above this liquidity? Who could tell me? Who could tell me?
Oh,
What is above this
you and
right here? These highs, these equal highs.
Ooh,
It's literally right here.
Mr. Navarette, me. Oh, wait, Josh got it.
Mr. C's.
Ah,
Hey, Jordan, you got it. Right, the imbalance or fair value gap. So isn't that kind of interesting? It's kind of weird
hmm,
that
hmm.
that would be there, right? Right above liquidity. Right. So that's kind of how I create my daily bias. It's like, all right, cool. Like, let's say I wait like in the morning, these equal highs stay intact. And but I bet we could target those. So maybe, in the morning we see something like this. Let's say these just stay like that. Maybe we take out Asian low, right? These Asian lows, liquidity, or maybe even this low, and then we see, little like reversal pattern, wyckoff pattern, um, the breach break block pattern, and then we can easily target these highs. Boom. That's simple, right? And then that's how you create a daily bias. And then from there, we can even take it another step. Since right now, we've been pretty bearish, and then we still have, we can still target like the higher time frame and balances. Now we can start looking for sells once we clear this buy side liquidity, right? Once we clear these Asian highs and we come into this imbalance, or we come into this FU candle, because look, this is a candle that did what? It rated the buy side liquidity. Rated, what are these? Oh, interesting. Asian equal highs. Whoa, wow, that is
Wow.
great. So this is how the algorithm just moves, right? So that's something that I would kind of be anticipating for tomorrow, the NAS, is either we get, we come and manipulate these lows, reversal pattern, target opposing liquidity and opposing, these internal points of interest, and then we could potentially start seeing some sells and then catch that fat ass sell for tomorrow. So maybe we can see this happen at the open. We get those buys, and then maybe around like, the macros. Where do they go? I think I just leave it. But the moves, the macro moves I was just showing you guys, within those time windows, then maybe we can see those cells play out right here. And then you'll see that massive dump like we've been seeing, happen today and yesterday. So that's basically how I was able to position myself. I think it's on this chart right here, the futures one. Textbook. Yo, thank you, artists. Appreciate it, man.
Sheesh.
That's how I was able to position myself in these shorts. Right here was basically using that same blueprint I just explained to you guys. So this was around 9:40, right? 10 minutes after the open. Oh, that's crazy.
Sheesh.
Bro.
Clockwork.
This is clockwork, baby. once you guys see it, you can't unsee it. I'm telling you, like
You just stretch
then
out.
it becomes like trading just becomes that like unconscious and competent. Like KT teaches, right? It's like damn, like you don't really gotta think about it much. It's kind of natural. So it becomes like
Guys, manage a trading
second
system.
nature to you. So like right up in here, it's a little cleaner on like the 1 minute, but I'm just gonna stay just here the 5 minute for just sake of time, I guess. But no, fuck it. Let's just go. Fuck it. Why not? Show you
Fuck it.
guys.
We're here. We live.
We got time.
Nothing but baby.
So look, check this out. This is pretty clean, right? So oh, it's 10:43. All right, I'm gonna pass it to you in a little bit.
We also got a
I don't
question in
want
the
to
chat.
mic. What?
Curious to see how you answer.
But check it, right? We got time was just at around 9:40, right? So what happened here? We had a run of liquidity. This is that area that ran liquidity. This candle right here is technically an order block because that's that last up candle before a massive just displacement candle that creates an imbalance right here.
Hmm.
Right? So you could play that within the imbalance, or you could play off this candle. And I mean, if you surf through the time frames, you can kind of it will show you like cleaner points of interest too.
Mm-hmm.
So this might look even cleaner, like a cleaner OB on like a 2 minute, whatever. But I basically played it off of that right there because of just this aggressive move we saw. And that was what, like 10 minutes right after the open, right? Oh, actually, no, that was a 9:30. The open was this run of liquidity. And then 9:30 or 9:40 was that move. So then boom, I positioned myself in there. Then we had another, break of these, sweep of these, a little trend line right there, basically creating more liquidity to target. And then we had an imbalance and then like order block right there too. And then more distro right here as well. So it's like there's so many opportunities. So yeah, like basically I just used the same exact thing I showed you guys just a little bit ago, Tuesday. And yeah, I was just targeting, I was targeting imbalances, this imbalance, or no, this imbalance. These equal lows, and then this low right here, we had all that liquidity. So once we had this move right here, I took partials. So I took like 50% partials. Believe that was a right around here was about like a 1 to 10. Sheesh. So I took like 50% off the top right there, and then I let the rest ride. And then once we got that next expansion, I took off another like I think like 40% or whatever, and then I just left like a little runner. And yeah, and then I'm still holding right now that tiny runner.
I don't.
So it's still up right now about like a one 40. That's crazy.
God
Um,
damn.
but yeah, it's basically how I create my daily biases using those models. So tomorrow is you can see something like that for NAS, probably something similar to that. I like this area, just
Mm-hmm.
a lot of manipulation happened, a lot of imbalance up in here, and that's within the kill zone as well. So yeah, we'll see, if we can buy up into there. Maybe this stays and stays respected because this area right here, this ran liquidity. So maybe we will respect that, and then we'll see more bullish order flow up until there. Or if price action wants to go a little lower, reversal higher, and then maybe then with US 30, kind of similar vibe as well. I like this area that swept this trend line, fair value gap, OB, more this is more like the low hanging fruit, fair value gap. And then we're just building up that Asian range right now. So I want to see how we play out of there. And then boom. Same with S&P, I think as well. It's pretty similar. Yeah, they all look pretty similar. So but yeah, that's all I got right now for indices for tonight.
Sheesh.
Hope y'all enjoy it, man. Hope y'all learn something. Sheesh.
yo, Familia, if y'all learning some things, make sure to drop some 111s in the chat because I don't know about y'all, but them zones looking a little spicy for especially I'm not gonna hold you. I really do believe we set the highs for the week. Really utilizing
Right?
feel me? Like really utilizing, you can utilize not only market structure and market incentive, but at the same time using market data like over the last, I don't know how long I back tested this, but typically the high or lows of said week will always be London or Tuesday London open all the way until Wednesday New York close. So anywhere within that time range, Tuesday to Wednesday, typically will be the lower the high of the week. And so really utilizing everything on not just indices, but Forex as well. I
Mhm.
generally do believe, look at all them ones flooded in. Oh, okay. We also did have a question. But yeah, I really
Oh
do
yeah, let's
believe
go.
the weeks are set in. It was from our boy Miguel Buelo. How you guys manage a trade sesh when it lays on consolidation period? I said if it consolidates, there's just no trades no matter the sesh. But your thoughts, please, Kevin.
How do you manage a trading session? Is there like a specific trading session? Or are you talking about like if you're like in a trade and it's just kind of like consolidating
Hmm.
and now you're like tweaking because you know what's gonna happen. Like,
You check your trading view every 5 minutes, just still
yeah, you're
just
like,
consolidating.
like it's getting as close to your stop, then it goes back. It's just creating that range. So at that point, it's like you're either gonna be liquidity and
Mm,
then you just kind of wait for, like that happens sometimes. It's like you might have been a little early in your position, and sometimes like it will just run liquidity and then do the reversal mitigation and go.
mm,
So a lot of time when that happens, don't be like discouraged or don't be like fuck, don't be scared because that used to happen to me a lot. Would be like I'd get stopped out and then I'm like I got my the market doesn't give a fuck about your feelings. Like at the end of the day, like it's not gonna be like, oh, I'm sorry, I hit your stop loss. Like it doesn't give a fuck. See, why should you care? It's like get back in that joint, like how Parker's t-shirt that
he
day,
shirt
especially if it
that
gives the
bitch.
reversal after the rate of liquidity and
Mm,
you're like, oh, this is the
mm,
real move. It feels so good when you catch that. Cause then what happens is like you're like, oh, this is looking good, but like now I'm like hesitant and like kind of
mm,
second guessing myself. Then you see it run without you, and you're like, fuck, damn, that hurts. That hurts my soul. So
mm-hmm.
like a lot of time that'll happen. And I mean, if you get clapped, you took two small L's, whatever, dude. Like the outcome should always be small loss, break even, small win, big win. So it's like,
Oh,
whatever, dude. It's not your day. Move
like,
on to the next fucking day. So that's kind of my thought process on when you're stuck in like a trade and they're in range. It's just like, yeah, or sometimes they'll get close and then it'll end up just going in your direction, and you just kind of like gotta just deal with that, like the anxiety, I guess.
yeah, once you win it, you win it.
But
Like
yeah.
it's like quicksand, honestly. If you just in the consolidate, as long as I'm not gonna hold you, there's time I just take my stop loss off and like just put an alert. So that way if I see it, all right, wait for it to close. There was just a wick. All right, liquidity run. Feel me? So there's a few ways to play it, but really
I
like
hope
if
that
you're
helps
talking
you,
about
Miguel.
yeah,
I do want to add one more thing before one thing.
God,
There
what?
is,
What else? What
let me
else?
share my screen real quick.
Yeah, you still got the power.
This
Oh
is
shit.
now this is for about crypto real quick. So
Ooh.
those that didn't participate in the Jupe airdrop, there might be another airdrop. This is another Solana token. It's called Pipe. So I still need to investigate a little bit more. I don't have enough time to look into it as much today. But basically, if you're staking Pipe, right? Pipe is one of the most bullish Solana tokens right now in the ecosystem. If you're staking Pipe, you will be eligible for an airdrop for the zero token. So I think I don't know when they're gonna do the airdrop yet, but they just announced that I think today or yesterday. So here, let me drop it in the chat. It's called Pipe.
AOJ, what you know about pipe?
Um, but yeah,
Yeah, he
that
said.
might be one of the next ones that prints as well. Uh, and yeah, like start guys, like don't be afraid to like explore like Solana ecosystem and things like that. Because I was trading Soul NFTs for the past 2 years. I didn't really trade too much last year, but more like 2020, 2021-ish. And just because I was like using different, exchanges and different things like that, I just got rewarded for something I did like a long time ago. They airdropped me like basically like almost like 5 or 6,000 Jupiter tokens. And then dude, the price opened when it launched, it was at like 70 cents. think we're at like 50 or 60 right now. No, I think we're at 60 still. It was like free, like 4 bands, bro, like just like that. So
Sheesh.
you never know. So it's better to just kind of like mess around and get familiarized. This is the future of finance and future of where we're going, blockchain technology, stuff like that. So don't sleep on that because you never know. You might get an airdrop like that one day, for something that you did just for like just messing around or familiarizing.
Shit.
I do want to get back into slow NFTs at some point, but I don't think right now. But Pyth is one of the next ones, and I think altcoin season is upon us, guys. This is a pretty good dude to follow. If you're on Twitter, he trades smart money and wyckoff, and he had a good markup right here. I wanted to show you guys. I think I dropped it in Discord too.
You did.
This is the altcoin market cap, and it's just looking like textbook accumulation pattern right now. And with the halving right around the corner, this is something that we could definitely see. Crypto is running up, altcoin season going crazy soon. And dude, I feel like the Jupiter team, they just know what they're doing because the timing of like this airdrop positions so many people. So like it's like almost a stimmy check for a lot of people. Like a lot of people just got a buy that now they can use to either hold Jupiter. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take a little bit of profit, but I'm gonna hold a lot of it. But some people just got set up for the bull run and they got a little bag they can use. So but yeah, this is like something I like this as well. So that's why I'm also like I if we were peak bull run and like euphoria, I would be selling my bag if I got an airdrop like that. But because we were like right before bull run, like I almost don't even want to like take a lot of the profit yet because like it's so early, we're so early. So like this thing could easily go dollar for sure and beyond. So um and then lastly, I think this guy just had a fire point that he said right here. He was like, so he says, hear this. Last time the market was truly choppy, most people thought we were going to zero. If you weren't positioned for the recent run up, now is your chance to fix things, right? So I mean, the last dip we saw, I think we dropped like 30%, Bitcoin drop. So once again, the timeline is anemic, depressed, and most people are going to start paying less attention. Madams and sirs, this is your window. Start investing time required. Deeply research the projects that stood out recently. Understand why people like them. Form your thesis. Build your positions with high conviction and market validation. If history is a guide, we are only just beginning this new cycle. No one knows exactly when things gear up for the next leg, but one thing is clear. Big washouts are opportunities. This may be the last meaningful true before the market cooks and should not be wasted. I'm excited to push through this phase, however long it lasts, because I can already tell many people will stop pushing. And I did see a lot of people kind of like, I don't know, got quiet and I don't know. But yeah, take advantage and run faster while others slow down. Boom. That was bar. But yeah, man, that's all I got for tonight.
Sheesh.
I'm passing to you, broski.
Jay, you got okay. Kev, you got two questions. One from Josh and one from Double.
All right, yeah. Um, I got you, bro. Got you. So he said, my bad. When you research into alts, what kind of things you look for? And then what was the other question? Think Bitcoin coming down a bit more?
I'm still praying for Bitcoin to go down. I want 12K for Bitcoin, but I
I
just
don't
don't.
think we'll pull back too much
Yeah,
more. I mean,
maybe
anything
30,
can happen, but
maybe
I
30K.
think that was like the pullback we just saw. Let's see. All right, cool. This is almost looking like what's that thing called? The ICT talks about is like I think he calls it not power three. I don't know if I forgot. But it's basically accumulation, manipulation. Oh no, it's accumulation, manipulation, and then distribution. So now we're kind of seeing that accumulation. Like this is almost like a run of liquidity right here. We're seeing a reversal right here. We're having breaks of structure, these highs now, even basically creating more liquidity. So we could come down a little bit lower. I think we could maybe come into this area, this imbalance, this last push down, and then see it go higher. But yeah, exactly right there. But if that doesn't play out, then zoom out. This was my bias, like I think months ago. A couple months ago, I still had this marked up based off of this weekly order block right here. So based off of this last push up, this imbalance, then this OB right here as well. See, price poked above that area, grab that liquidity. So, we could maybe see a little bit of distro. And I mean, it would be crazy if we saw it come all the way back down, but I think we'll see. We just feel this imbalance. So maybe we do run up a little higher to this imbalance, grab these equal highs, come up to like 50K. So yeah, that's kind of my scenarios is maybe this is a low, short-term low, and we run up another leg, and then or go higher, or we pull back a little deeper. No, we still have a lot, like we still have a few more months until the halving, so we'll see.
I'm ready,
But
man.
with how the altcoin market cap was looking, I'm kind of thinking that like we're gonna have some higher movement.
I'm ready.
Damn, oh yeah, and then the other question was, what do I look for? I'm gonna drop this for you guys soon. I gotta finish it, but
Ooh,
yeah.
shiny.
I have this crypto guide I'm cooking up for y'all. Basically the top narratives. Something I've gone over I think before with you guys. So like GameFi. So these are some of the tokens that I like for that niche within crypto space. My favorite AI tokens, ISO 2022 tokens. You all want to take a screenshot, go ahead. I'm gonna drop this for you guys soon anyway, and I dropped it's in the Discord too. So like this
Sheesh.
list. Meme coins, real world assets, ordinals, BRC20s. But yeah, basically how I research is following the current trending narratives. So one resource that you can use that's very actually helpful, and honestly, y'all gotta start using Twitter more, man.
Where?
Less Instagram, more X. More X. Isn't it weird that X is like a big thing? Like X, then you have the new X, what's it called, like COVID strain or whatever. Like they're trying to make uh like a new virus called X or something. I've been seeing that. Uh, what's the other thing? X I saw. I don't know. I think Marcus posted some like conspiracy thing on the story, and I was like, that's trippy. But anyways, sorry, I got distracted.
Yeah, put on the
Oh,
conspiracy hat for a second.
but yeah, go to Twitter and then on the search bar, like literally look up these narratives that I just showed you, and then you'll find some good like threads, some good information. You know, just see like, all right, like this guy looks valid, and like do your own research as well. But yeah, you could stumble across some good coins like that. You can go to this website, and it'll show you cryptos that are in accumulation zones, and then you can kind of like do your due diligence on those. And then my confirmation checklist for what I'd like to look for and for cryptos and even for NFTs as well is the founders. How valid are the founders? What is their experience like? Do they have legs, to run this project? What kind of connections do they have? Are they good leaders? Things like that. Utility, like what is utility? Um, if it's a meme coin, it doesn't really need to have utility. Utility is like culture, community. Or is it like DeFi project or AI or like what does it do, right? What's the roadmap? Because the roadmap is almost like the news. It's the same way that we use news for trading. Uh, Roadmaps can kind of be used as news. So it's like a roadmap is basically like when they're gonna start launching certain things or doing certain things or dropping certain things. So most projects have roadmaps, and now you can kind of anticipate like, oh, yo, this airdrop's gonna happen this time, or like, yo, like they're gonna launch this product or something like that, right? So like that's kind of now you can use that as like buy the news, sell the or buy the rumor, sell the news type thing.
Mhm.
So yeah, you can kind of see, oh, what are these guys working on, and then the importance and just cultural impact that project could have. Community, how is the community? Is it active? Blah blah blah, and then blockchain metrics, so like market cap, things like that. White paper. White paper is basically like a document issued by the project summarizing the important information about the crypto. And then CoinGecko as well. CoinGecko is fire. You can they have a category section, so you can look for like the narratives, and then just look at it'll show you the top ranked cryptos in those narratives, and then you start researching it like that. So yeah. That's all I'll show you guys for now.
Sheesh, sheesh. And yo, Familia, y'all really gonna understand. Kevo gives y'all opportunities to make 4K off of airdrops, opportunities to position yourselves in altcoins, gives you guides, gives you literally beginner, intermediate, like PDFs, all for free. Y'all really don't understand how blessed you are. Some of y'all were literally paying like, what was it, 175 a month for the same, not the same info, but like damn near almost the same solid. We're all getting into the same tokens, feel me?
Yeah,
But like,
there's buyer info too, man. You know, like I think
where?
you know what I mean. I don't want to throw shade or anything like anybody like that. But
So we didn't throw shade. We just
oh
say
man,
facts, baby. We getting to facts, nothing else. Ma, I spilled water. I spilled out those water. Sorry. Familiar, real quick. We're gonna get to Forex pairs, and then we're gonna get y'all out of here. We know some of y'all got places to be, people seeing back testing to be done. So, real quick, I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna talk about DXY. First and foremost, a whole lot of bullish momentum happened right earlier today. So it was kind of really dope to see how we were managing what I believe was this reaccumulation schematic. And I'm gonna go ahead and pull up. Thank you. Um, this reaccumulation schematic. Bum, 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 bum. Cool, cool, cool. So y'all can see here how we were playing within this weekly right order block over here to the left. And then we started to have a bit of original distribution, schematic. Now, I didn't think when we dropped from this high sweeping left side liquidity, dropped to take out lower side left liquidity, I didn't necessarily think this was a strong selling point. I thought this was more so going to be the shakeout, right? That would make, or like the shakeout that pretty much takes out any early buyers and builds some sell side liquidity, right, for the right side to take up. Thank you. So that's exactly what we saw here. After the shakeout happened, we started to then accumulate back up and out. Now I was a little early with this labeling because y'all can see here after the spring slash shakeout, we should create a higher low with the test and then so on with the LPS. Here we had the test, what I labeled, but that was honestly, now looking at it, the narrative of internal liquidity. Remember, if you don't see it, you are it, right? So I generally do think we're here, right, at the test now. So if we position or label this accordingly, based off of these new discoveries, oops, I just deleted. Cool. So I personally do think we're here now at the test. How does one? There we go. Right. I personally do think we're at the test now. So I do think for the rest of the week, we are going to shoot to the upside utilizing NFP. Now, whether we're going to use the movement for tomorrow, maybe tomorrow's excuse for news is London comes up to here, takes all its liquidity. News has us retraced, and then NFP will shoot us off into the weekly institutional, stop loss. I don't know necessarily, but I do want some kind of bias to bring us towards the upside. Oh, bang, bang, bang. Right. I do want to have some kind of bias that brings us towards the upside to end the week. That's for certain. So with that being said, bullish DXY for the rest of the week. Well, I got two of these. Cool. What I did see here was Euro did come in really nicely. Into this 4-hour area. So we kind of see star stepping movement of high, low, retracement high, comes into this order block, breaks lower, right, low, retraces high, tags above, sweeps the internal liquidity, still respecting our original order block, tags in, and now we're starting to play down and out. So I was curious to see if this stays true, right? This kind of bias of bullish DXY and this downtrending market, then what I want to see is some kind of lower time frame mitigation. So what I saw on the 15-minute was very clean manipulation to the upside, swept internal liquidity, label that here, right? Tags above, respects previous high. We do have a bit of an imbalance. You can argue that, right? Bit of an imbalance. Can argue that that wake on top tagged in, or we could just argue that this swept liquidity and then pushed to the downside, creating new market structure lows. So I am liking, not only did we sweep liquidity, create a high, create a low, but we also created an imbalance and left an institutional candle within the imbalance to play up and then into or out of, right? So I do like this play in particular, and I will be dropping it in the Discord, right? This certain area here within that 4 hour, 1 hour time frame. And then GU, honestly, if y'all saw my weekly analysis from Sunday, I went ahead and highlighted this 1 hour zone here. And it didn't come into our zone until today for New York Open. Yeah, 9 a.m. And I actually was looking at a lower time frame to see if I could snipe or get like a lower time frame confirmation to get in on this, and it didn't. Right, it didn't really show me anything too clear once we were in this kind of like range movement until news happened. Right, Jay Powell spoke, and he went ahead and had price push to the upside, take any kind of early sellers out, maybe in here, sweep above, and then break back down, just like how we saw EU play out. So I did go ahead and see this, and I set actually a pending order right here. We see the short position. I did went ahead and set this shot up just based on manipulation, based off of news, and based off of DXY bias and all around market structure. So I am in this trade right now, and hopefully it does play out to my overall zone. Oh, oh. So right now, I do think we are in the final phase of wyckoff distributions on the daily time frame for GU before we finally start pushing down, mitigate a 4 hour area here, maybe come up one more time, then push back down. So let me pull this up for y'all. This is a number 2, distro number 2. Bang. So right here, y'all are gonna see how after the UT we hit 2 LPSs, UT 2 LPSs. So I do think once we come into this 4 hour order block, which I will show y'all, we're gonna hit this consolidation of the SAL, maybe a slight retracement into an LPSY, but then NFP is gonna end us off with a downtrending market. I really do personally believe that, right? So utilizing this info, here's our 4 hour order block here. I do think price will use this as an excuse to come, mitigate, maybe have a bit of retracement, a little bit, maybe a redistribution, and then NFP, right? So definitely looking to stack in on this original sell here if London doesn't push us higher, and obviously stop me out. But I do want to see if I could go ahead and get a restack in on GU sells for New York tomorrow, especially utilizing news, right? For what is it, unemployment rate, and I think one more, right? 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard and 10 a.m. Eastern Standard. So that's what I'm honestly looking at for EU and GU, basing it off of DXY bias. And honestly, same eyes with Kevo when it comes to indices. Real quick, not even explain why, but US 30 at this 15-minute order block, like literally textbook, had a bit of distribution at the highs, went ahead and just started to push price lower, ready manipulation. And it's crazy because I remember I said, like, if y'all are part of the Discord, I literally sent this out and I had a pending order. I literally set this pending order in the chair today at my barber's. And then price, Jay Powell did his thing, did what he did, and I looked and I literally missed this shit by like,
Yo, shout out to you and Pika, bro. Y'all called out those US 30 cells, bro. Those are clean.
bro, Pika, that boy been killing it lately.
85,
Shout out
man.
to the bow, no swear. And he's a 200K winner. He doing numbers on that account for sure, for sure. But yeah, no, I missed this one, which I'm so mad about because you'll start earning me some money. But hopefully we can go ahead and catch this higher low on the 15-minute. Really liking this area a lot. And I mean it's pretty, self-explanatory. So yeah, gold. Good luck. I have no fucking clue. Silver actually came into our daily area, which I highlighted on the higher time on the weekly outlook. We did manipulate lower, so we had first entry here. And honestly, I need to find a new broker because like Empower for silver or even TFT or not TFT, top tier for silver, my spread's dead ass like 30 to 50, and I'm just not fucking with it. Like my entry will be here, but my entry with spread will be like if I'm selling, be way the fuck down here. So I'm just like, I'm not messing with this. So I'm not really looking to trade silver actively, but if y'all have better spreads than me, I definitely would be looking to take positions. Well, one was the obviously the uh, preferred entry. This one's going to be the secondary entry since we have price swept to the upside, mitigated, and then immediately after mitigating preferred entry, broke right back down, right? So played into a daily area, started to play perfect, not perfect, picture perfect, but really clean distribution. And now we're starting to play out from that area as well.
You look
So,
for shorts.
huh?
Are you gonna look for shorts for that?
Nah, just because this the spread on the accounts I trade right now, it's just so fucking ugly. But like I would. Well, I then again, I don't know because yeah, I because like right here would be TP for me. So already, if you were to take this 1 hour range, let's just say, bang,
Me gusta. I even like the what time frame were you on before? 15
the
minutes?
15, yeah.
I even like that, like a little higher too in that OB.
If we can get it within this OB, no, for sure.
Yes.
If you want to play like the equilibrium, I go wick to wick. I know people go body to bodies, like up there. That shit would be sick,
Yeah, that'd be nice.
But at that point, like I like playing the bodies, the baddies. So yeah, we already be Activo, whatever. And then you can probably see something BCARST Salby UT maybe. Break to the downside. Look at something within 10 minute might be cleaner. Something within like right here, maybe. I want to break this. I want to break that low first. Like bang, 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 bang. Snipe. Better R&R. Awesome. Cool. Yeah, that's all I got. Yeah, no. GU position in GU right now, pending order on US 30. Familia, make sure you go ahead and position yourselves accordingly. Don't just copy and paste whatever we say. But literally, I got in a little late, but Pika, you good. More important than entries are exits. Because it doesn't matter. You can have the most perfect entry. I'm talking IG worthy. You post it and you have all trade house commenting like, yo, great snipe, great snipe, great snipe. If that shit turns around, just be on you, that all it was all for nothing. Feel me? So oh, well. Familia, that's our time. It is midnight 15 over here on the East Coast, Beast Coast. And yo, we appreciate every single one of y'all for staying tuned in, tapped in this entire time because y'all already know we really pour our hearts, our souls, and our craft into not only the game, but to y'all as well. Feel me? So, with all this being said, Kev, any last word for the folks?
Let's get it. Let's get it, man. Let's crush the rest of this week. The money heist away. Appreciate you guys for hopping on tonight's call, tuning in. See you guys next week, and I'll see you guys in the Discord. Let's get it.
Sheesh. And as always, familiar, stay patient, stay disciplined, and the
That pipe.
game will come. See y'all soon, family. Peace.